Hi, welcome back to this new video of a little training session I am filming right now. Let me first tell you about the training session which I created. As you know, I have two goals. By the end of the summer I want to play Slow Cheetah and Road Trippin' by the Red Hot Chili Peppers from the beginning to the end. So all the parts, the intros, the outros, the verses, the choruses, the bridge if there is any in the song, etc. I am now training or working on Slow Cheetah, and the main picking pattern of that song is something you've seen me play a lot lately, and that's not the most difficult thing, and I don't have to train it specifically. But I want to challenge myself to keep setting um, the boundaries a little further, and I want to include two elements in this training session which make it more challenging. The first thing is that when you most of the times when you start finger picking, you use your pinky finger as an anchor finger, and you put it on top of the guitar. And the function is that you are then more and you are more able to get your proprioscepsis right. And proprioscepsis means your understanding or your knowledge of your awareness. That's the best word to say. Your awareness of your fingers moving through space and time. In other words, so that you know where you have to put your fingers on the right snare and you can coordinate that. That's proprioscepsis. And when you put your pinky finger on top of the guitar, your hand is fixed, so it's more easy to concentrate on getting the fingers to the right string. But you can imagine if I have my pinky not on the guitar, my hand is probably floating a little bit up and down the strings, so then it takes a lot more concentration to get the finger to the right string. And most of the times finger picking is pinky as anchor finger, my middle finger on the high E string, the middle finger on the B string, index finger on the G string, and the thumb is on the bass strings, the E, the A and the D string. And most of the times it's alternating between those strings. Okay, I have explained this not because I want to inform you about the finger picking kind of play, but I want to get rid of the pinky finger. And I want to be able to, when I want to without the anchor finger, to also play the right picking patterns. And that's difficult, I've noticed, because I tried it yesterday. Because then my proprioscepsis is not as good as with the anchor finger. So I have to relearn it, or not relearn it, I have to learn it, to play without the anchor finger. Sometimes, especially on patterns where I have the four strings from the E to the G, and the two in between, the A and the D string, it's a little bit cramped when I have my anchor finger here. And what I want to do is get rid of the anchor finger, and then I can twist my hand a little bit better to create more space for my fingers. Sometimes it's too difficult and I don't have enough space to get to the right string. So with the anchor finger my hand is a little bit more flat, and without it I can get more of the right angle. So that I want to practice, but it's difficult. The other thing I want to practice is playing blind. So another way to improve my proprioscepsis, because I then can't look at the neck of my guitar and can't by eyesight get the coordination or the information of where my hands are in space and time, my fingers. So those are the two elements I want to include in playing this little riff from Slow Cheetah. Okay, enough with the talking. I'm going to practice now, so you get the idea. I won't film the whole of my practice session, but just enough for you to understand what I was talking about. Okay, let me play. I noticed that I had still my pinky finger. It's a habit. I wasn't concentrating on it. I will get loose. I get rid of it right now. Okay, a couple of things I notice. It's really hard to get the tempo at a steady pace. Sometimes I have to slow down and I have a little delay because probably I have to concentrate more, which takes time in getting the right finger, in the finger in the right position. So that's one thing I notice. The other thing is that it's really helpful when I'm feeling the fret on the outside, the little bar of the fret on the outside of the fret, and I'm feeling it with my finger. That's a great trigger or a piece of information for me to know where my finger is. And what I notice is that I sometimes was setting my middle finger on the G string, but it had to be on the D string. So that's something to work on. But nevertheless, I'm not dissatisfied. Playing blind and without the anchor finger is somewhat going good. And especially because this is a very common song for me and I've played it a lot and it's in my system. It's a great way to develop my proprioscepsis. With a song I have to learn from scratch, this will be even more difficult. I thought it was interesting to share this with you, working on my proprioscepsis. I will continue and I see you in the next video. Bye!